Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. How are you doing all? I hope you're all in great health and doing fine. Are you ready to kick off our first debate meeting in our Elite Debaters Championship? Are you ready? I'm Rola Murda and I'll be your Chief SAA for today. And as a Sergeant at Arms, I'll be setting the ground rules for our meeting. So let's start by reading our club mission. We provide a supportive and positive, can we see it, Koresh? The club mission?
The mission of the Toastmaster Club is we provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which
members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Since this is a Zoom meeting, unfortunately, we're not able to see each other personally, although I miss to see many of you in person. TM Sham Sander will be the moderator for the debate, and therefore he will mute or unmute participants as necessary. If you need to speak at any time, please use the raise your hand icon on your screens, and the moderator will take all necessary actions. Also, it will be highly appreciated if you are seated in a free from disturbance area, although I know it's a bit challenging for those who have kids around them, but try your best to do so. It's a very well-lit room so that you can see your beautiful faces. And you are connected to the internet and close to electricity so that you have access to charging your devices in case you need it so. And we assume that you are at home because in less than an hour we are going into a curfew. So I guess you know your exit, your entry, your washrooms, and you've taken all your safety precautions. You know, for any event or any meeting to go on smoothly, we need that key person, the master of ceremony. And today our master of ceremony have joined Toastmasters since 2016. At a professional level, he works as a sales manager in National Supplies Company. And at a personal level, he is married and he's waiting for the nicest, most exciting thing to happen. I guess you guessed what is it. Wishing you the best, our MC. He loves to read books, to travel and explore places, which I think this year is not his year, just like all of us. But still he believes in two quotes in this life: to live life to the fullest and always be a rainbow in someone else's cloud. Please give me an applause and help me in welcoming our master of ceremony for today, Sohan Abdel Manaf. Sohan, floor is yours, dear.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rola. Fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, and my dear friends around the world, we welcome you all to the Elite Debaters Championship, debate number 1. Fellow Toastmasters, what an evening for a Toastmaster Club member to witness something powerful, something creative, something informative, as we are here to learn with the moments of fun. To ensure that we are going to have fun today, I'm going to invite that person who is behind this event. He is a chartered accountant by profession, working for Algani Moto. On personal front, he's a loving husband and a puppy for his 2 kids. Initially, he enrolled in Toastmasters clubs in the year 2010, but never took an interest. He joined back in 2018. Since then, he has been very proactive. He served as a VP Education in the last term and got the club role and as a club coach and the club mentor, which earned him the President Distinguished Club Award. And also he served as a VP Education and he has got the award in the top 10 world for the Education Award. Now, please help me welcome the visionary to address the audience today. He is the president of Elite Debaters Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Anwar Adam. Toastmaster Anwar, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Master of Ceremony, Toastmaster Suhan. Thank you for that lovely introduction. And good evening, members and guests. I officially announce our debate contest to be open. This is our first, or I would say this is our second meeting in the new term, and we are going with a big bang, which is the debate. Last meeting, when we introduced our new term, we shared some club vision with you. And that is something which I carry on and keep sharing till the end. Just like the mission statement of a Toastmaster club, I want these statements to be embedded to each of our club members, and we strive for success together. Focus on club members, their debating skill and overall experience. Train and build new leaders for the club to carry the legacy. Make Elite Debater as the home for members, and make Elite Debater a standard for other debate clubs to follow. With the very beautiful vision, we came across the first idea or the concept of Elite Debaters Championship. And it's so much of privilege to see all our members actively taking part and sharpening the debating skills. And I believe this year is for us, our members, where they are going to uplift their skills and learn new learnings. I wish all your members and all our guests, who are all here to learn more, the very best, and wish all the contestants the very best. Our platform today is not only for the debaters, but you can see the two teams. One is who's assisting the judges, the other team who's assisting the host. So we are in a complete platform to build our leadership and also master our debating skills. It's now time for me to formally introduce or say the meeting is open. Elite Debaters Championship meeting is open. I see a lot of guests in the room. It would take a lot of time if we have introduction from all. So I'm going to skip that and we'll keep, please do stay with us. Towards the end, we are going to take feedback from each and every member. Do enjoy the meeting, and over to you, Master of Ceremony, Suhan.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. President. And now we have another Toastmaster who has a flair for with the captain, and he anchors the Elite Debaters Toastmasters Club. He's a seasoned public speaker. He started his Toastmaster journey itself in 2011. He has been finalist in the Kuwait National Level International Evaluation Table Topics over the years. In the year 2018, he has been in DTAC, Kuwait, and he has won the DTAC evaluation contest while competing against Qatar and Bahrain. Recently, on June 20, 2020, he has captained the Kuwait debate team, and he has won that regional debate contest. In this, he's also a mentor for aspiring public speakers, and also he conducts various events in public speaking and also for evaluation and debate. In his personal life, he is a manager for sales, freight, trade lanes, and at Agility Logistics in Kuwait. But unfortunately, he is married and he has a kid. He is presently Critical Thinkers Toastmasters Club Kuwait, and he's an immediate past president of Elite Debaters Toastmasters Club Kuwait, and now he is our area director of this term 2020 to 2021. So please help me welcome our new area director of Area Director 17, Toastmaster Prince George. Toastmaster Prince George, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Master of Ceremonies, Suhan. Thank you so much for a warm welcome. It's an incredible feeling to be here speaking to you as area director, whereas last segment I think I was speaking as the ex-club president, counting the few hours that were left before we would wind up from my president's role. And I'm so glad that I did that because Anwar has taken up the charge now, and he has managed this entire debate contest that's going to happen over the next 3 months that I'm really excited and looking forward to. I have no doubt that Delhi Debaters is going to live up to the expectations, and there is so much immense talent and potential within this club that I'm so proud about it. I'm really looking forward to the debates over the next 3 months. This particular debate we have today, and all the new members who have joined us, who look forward to learning from us, and we look forward to learning from them. And it's going to be an amazing journey. So congratulations, President. Congratulations to the ExCom for doing a fantastic job, making this club shine, like we say, a spark of brilliance amidst the entire Toastmasters fraternity. Thank you so much. And I would like to hand it back to the Master of Ceremonies. Thank you so much, MC Suhan.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Prince George, our area director. So, fellow Toastmasters and my dear friends around the world, are we ready for today's event? Yes? Well, I would say we have to wait for a little while because we have to introduce the captain of today's event. That is our chief judge for today. He is none other than DTM Noor Muhammad. DTM Noor Muhammad, I would like you to say a few words, please.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, fellow Toastmasters, dear guests. A very good evening to you all. It is my privilege to be the chief judge today for this debate, and I thank you all for being here. Thank you, organizing team, for doing a great job in organizing this this lovely debate. In fact, it's going to be a series of debates, which was masterminded by our own president, Toastmaster Anwar, and thank you all for being here. So I guess we are all ready for the debate, and I'm excited to go about this debate. Thank you so much, and I hope you'll have a good time today. Thank you all. Over to you, Yamuri.
Thank you so much, Chief Judge. And now, we are about to begin this event, but I would still want to acknowledge some people who's going to support us for this event today. So can we have a slide, please? So here we have the role players who are going to be the ballot counters. So ballot counter 1, Tasneem Akbar Dalal, and ballot counter 2 will be June Suarez. And for the role players, there's a change in timer. Our timer 1 is going to be Toastmaster Murli Manohar, and for timer 2 we have Sangeeta Ani Mollam. And thank you so much, Toastmaster Murli, for helping us at the last moment. And we have got another role players, who is Ram Kumar Nachupalli. He's going to be the host, and Kuresh Dola, he's going to be the co-host. So I hope we are set with this, the chief judge and the supporting role players. So now I think, so are we all ready again? Now I can see the smile on the face. They're just really excited about this. So now let me invite today's debate moderator, who is going to take this meeting in a flow. So please help me welcome our debate moderator. He is a dynamic and vibrant Toastmaster. He is a healthcare consultant by profession. He just joined Toastmasters Club 6 months ago, and that has changed his life. He loves watching movies, browsing on the internet, and traveling. So please put your hands together for the moderator for tonight's Elite Debaters Championship, Toastmaster Shyam Sundar. Toastmaster Shamsundar, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Suhan, for the kind introduction. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. My name is Shamsundar. I'm your debate moderator today. I welcome all of you to the first debate of Elite Debaters Championship of this season. Today's debate is between two teams over the much talked about topic of modern days. Both the teams are ready for the battle of the debate to convince you on their side. Joseph Joubert, an author, told, "It is better to debate a question without settling it than to settle a question without debating it." Ladies and gentlemen, the resolution for today's debate is resolved that social media has improved human communication. Today, we will debate the question and settle the question too. Before we begin, let me lay down the rules for the debate. Today's debate will be conducted based on Toastmaster International recommended format, and there will be three debaters on the both sides. There will be constructive speeches, cross-examinations, and summaries from each side. Debaters shall demonstrate respect for each other while putting forward their arguments. Heckling and disruptions are not allowed. Judges' decision is final. Our timers for this debate are Toastmaster Prince George and Toastmaster Sangeeta Animola. Let me read the timing rules.
Debate moderator, sorry to make a clarification. We have changed the timer to
Sorry, there's
PM only.
yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the update. Our timers for the debate are Toastmaster Murali and Toastmaster Sangeeta Animola. Let me read the timing rules. The team captain opening speeches will be for 5 minutes. The green light will be shown at 4 minutes 30 seconds. The yellow light will be shown at 4 minutes 40 seconds. And the red light will be shown at 4 minutes 50 seconds. The speaker's microphone will be muted at 5 minutes. The cross-examination part will be for 2 minutes. Green light will be shown at 1 minute 30 seconds. The yellow light will be shown at 1 minute 40 seconds. And the red light will be shown at 1 minute 50 seconds. The speaker's microphone will be muted at 2 minutes. Speeches by the second and third speakers, as well as summaries by captains, will be for 3 minutes. The green light will be shown at 2 minutes 30 seconds. The yellow light will be shown at 2 minutes 40 seconds. And the red light will be shown at 2 minutes 50 seconds. The speaker's microphones will be muted at 3 minutes. A 30 seconds time will be given to judges between each speaker to complete the ballots. 2 minutes breakout session will be allocated for both the teams to regroup and discuss before summary speeches. Teams are offered to use the option of breakout rooms, and today's both teams opted for breakout rooms. They will be escorted by host, timer, and the judge to the breakout rooms. Technical moderator shall ask the timer to time 2 minutes once teams join the breakout room. Please note, mobile phones are not allowed in the breakout rooms. Here are a few additional rules to be observed. New material is not allowed during the summary speech. Normally, the moderator has the right to intervene when a speaker gives new material, but to avoid technical glitches on this virtual platform, the moderator will indicate to the judges that there was evidence of new material for them to consider. The decision made by our judges is final. The most important is cross-examination rules. Please note, heckling and disruptions during cross-examinations are not allowed. Debaters shall ask fair questions related to debate. Debaters answering the questions shall not stall the floor and waste time by asking questions again unless it is a rhetorical question or to seek some clarification. Speakers shall speak according to their team sequence, during which we kindly request all debaters and timers to keep your videos on. Our guests and audience, please keep your mics and videos off, and remember that disrupting any speaker during the debate is not allowed. If any debater violates the rules, I have the responsibility to interrupt, and I may bring it to the notice of judges. Let's meet our debaters today. Affirmative team is elite Spartans, represented by team captain Toastmaster Arish Jafar. Second speaker, Toastmaster Shiba Premak. Third speaker, Toastmaster Abid Noheed. Negative team is elite gladiators, represented by team captain Toastmaster Ino Budo. Second speaker, Toastmaster Patricia Nantazar. Third speaker, Toastmaster Mazrul Haq. Wishing all the debaters the best of luck. May I ask our Chief Judge, Toastmaster Noor Mahmood and his team, are ready?
We are ready, moderator. Go ahead.
Thank you. Are our debaters ready?
Debate moderator, can I please
Yes.
intervene? Chief Judge, please inform that the negative team speaker number 2 is unable to switch on their camera. Please advise if that is fine.
If it is a technical difficulty, yeah, if it is a technical difficulty and she's unable to switch on the camera, that is all right.
Thank you. Thank you for the clarification. Are our debaters ready? Are our guests and audience ready? Then let the debate begin. I now invite Toastmaster Rola Murda to prepare the first speaker.
Yes. Good evening, Arish.
Good evening.
How are you, dear? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah, I can see you on the camera and I can hear you. Yes, you're very audible. Make sure that you're always unmuted, please. I trust that you will rock. Best of luck for you, dear. Please don't forget before you start to pin the timer.
Both Toastmaster Morley and Toastmaster Sangeeta?
At least one of them, but if you can do both, it will be good. Morley, okay. Best of luck again. Back to you, debate moderator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rola. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the captain of affirmative team, Toastmaster Arish Jafar. Toastmaster Arish, you may please begin your constructive speech.
With a blink of an eye, you will be moved to another place in this world. You can be with someone you wish to see, and you can share your feelings with your loved ones just by one click. Fellow Toastmasters, judges, and amazing guests, and my worthy opponent, let me remind you all with the resolution. Resolve that social media has improved human communication. And here is the definitions we agreed on. Social media definition is forms of electronic communication through which users create online communication to share information, ideas, personal messages, and other content. Improved definition is becoming better than before. Human definition is relating to or characteristics of people or human. Communication definition is the two-way exchange of opinions and news and information by writing, speech, or gestures, including body language and facial reaction. Today, we will be discussing the following points in our arguments. As the captain of the affirmative team, I will be talking about how social media made us more reachable and with great immediacy. My second teammate will explain about how social media made much easier to access different platforms and made transfer information much easier. And my third teammate will discuss about healthcare communication and education communication through social media. The social media is one of the most common ways of communication and pretty much of knowing everything around the world. And it is growing very rapidly. It changes and affects each person in a different ways. It has helped many people around the world to connect or reconnect with each other easily. Social media is basically the new way of keeping in touch with everything and everyone and strengthening bonds between each others. A study by Esteban Ospina in last September 2019 shows that Facebook is the largest social media platform in the world. It has 2.4 billion users. Other social media platforms, including YouTube and WhatsApp, also have more than 1 billion users in each. These numbers are huge. There are 7.7 billion people in the world, with at least 3.5 billion of us online. This means social media platforms are used by 1 in the 3 people in the world and more than 2/3 of all internet users. Social media networks started a place to connect with your friends in an easy way. Truly speaking, many of you might find your old friends from school or college. Well, I should say I have, and I thank social network for this, because it has provided us the opportunity to connect with all people and build relationships. The social media has enabled communicators to expand their network. It helped me personally with making a video last month for spreading awareness globally. And I was able to connect with all Toastmasters members around the world. And that video reached more than 500 users. So ladies and gentlemen, let me leave you with this question. Can you now open your phone and call your loved ones who's staying outside of this country by using WhatsApp or any other platforms? And even not only calling them, by seeing them by video? Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arij. Now 30 seconds of time for the judges to mark the ballots. Timer to indicate end of 30 seconds for the Sergeant-at-Arms to prepare the next speaker.
All right, yeah, 30 seconds is up. Next speaker.
Thank you.
You know?
Yes.
Are you there? Yes, I can see you. Okay, dear. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Good. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yes, please make sure that your camera is always on and you're always unmuted. And before you start, kindly pin the timer. Best of luck, dear. Wait.
Thank you.
Floor is yours.
Who is the timer?
Back to you. Morelli?
Murali, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm being in now.
Back to you, moderator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rolla. Ladies and gentlemen, Please help me welcome the captain of negative team, Toastmaster Ino Boda. Toastmaster Ino, please you may begin your cross-examination.
Yes. Dear debaters and my worthy opponents, good evening to all of you. Toastmaster Arij, you talked about how social media has helped people around the world. It's a new way of keeping in touch. And our motion for today is human communication. Do you think you brought points forward about this resolution?
Yes, of course.
Thank you. Another thing is that you mentioned that social media, it's a tool that helps us connect with each other. How this tell us about improved communication?
Excuse me? How this what?
How this helps improve communication. You said that social media, it's helping people connect with each other. But how this is improving human communication?
Well, it's improving human communication because if you can remember yourself before a long time, when you started using those WhatsApp or whatever platforms, it wasn't like it is right now. It was only a chat. And now you can connect, you can call, you can have video calls. So it is improving.
Okay, another question that I have for you. You are talking about video calls, etc. Do you think that these platforms are social media?
Of course, as our definition states, that any electronic communication platforms is a social media.
That's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ino. Would you please start your constructive speech?
Yes. I need to share my screen. Just 1 second.
Oh, yes.
Can you see my screen?
Please go ahead. We can see your screen.
Okay, I'm just pinning the timer. Fellow debaters and my worthy opponents, good evening. As the negative team, we strongly disagree with the motion and believe that social media has not improved human communication. On the definition of the motion, we agree with the affirmative team, but we want to define the categories of the social media, which are social networking, and as you know, we have Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, image sharing, Instagram, Snapchat, video sharing, we have social blogging, and social community and discussion. My team will put on the chat box the resources where we find the categories. Furthermore, we want to clarify what is not social media. WhatsApp, Messenger, WeChat, and SMS, these are messaging apps. These are not part of social media. Another thing that we want to define is video communication applications like Zoom, FaceTime, Skype, WebEx, etc. These as well are not social media. Social media are used for broadcasting messages to wider audience, like you post a message in Facebook, on Twitter, and on LinkedIn. Instead, messaging apps or video communication apps are one-to-one applications that are used to communicate with each other. What we saw from the captain of the affirmative team is that she was talking about the benefits of social media, which we all agree. There are a lot of benefits of social media, but our motion for today is, has social media improved human communication? And the affirmative team and the captain so far wasn't able to prove that. Now, my team and I will speak on 4 arguments and bring evidence why social media is impacting negatively the communications skills. First, we will talk what is effective communication. Second, the importance of nonverbal communication. Third, how social media has disconnected communication. And fourth, how poor grammar is affecting communication. On social media communication, many studies are revealing that almost everybody lies on their communication. In a survey done in UK by Custard, more than 75% admitted to lying about themselves on social profiles in order to look good. In another research published in the journal Computers in Human Behavior, the researchers claimed online deception is the rule, not the exception. How social media can improve our communication when it doesn't help telling the truth? Our communications are built on trust, and social media is not improving it. The next point I want to make is about communication etiquette. Our need for efficiency is coming at the expense of the impoverishment of language. People go ahead and say whatever comes to their mind without thinking about how the receiver will understand their message. We are missing the fact that there is another human on the other side of the screen, and this can create more misunderstanding and miscommunication. Do you want that? Another thing that we are seeing on social media is that comments are limited or to short answers. While this can help us make a message clear and brief, it's done to the expense of quality communication. As you can see, sometimes we find abbreviations like the one, hi K7 AMAA for Q number 8, which somebody will say, what is this? And this stands for hi Keshvan, ask me anything for Kuwait. Would you prefer to use this kind of communication in writing on daily communication? I don't think so. To conclude, I want to quote Einstein, who said, I fear the day that technology will surpass our human interaction. The world will have a generation of idiots. Respected moderator and my worthy opponents, I am sorry to inform you that we will soon reach that stage through social media communication. Again, we want to reaffirm that we are against the motion. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ino Budo. Now 30 seconds time for the judges to mark the ballots. Toastmaster Rola, would you please prepare the next speaker?
Sure. Shiba? Yes. Hello, dear. How are you doing?
Good, yeah.
I can see you very well and I can hear you. Again, please make sure your camera and your mic are on all the time. And kindly, before you start, pin the timer.
Yeah. Okay.
Wishing you the best of luck. Back to you, debate moderator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rola. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome our next speaker, Toastmaster Shiba Premok. Toastmaster Shiba Premok, you may please begin your.
Good evening, Ino Budom and all the.
Good evening.
You said that WhatsApp is not a social media. According to your definition, WhatsApp is social media. Say yes or no. Say yes or no. Ino Budom?
Muted. You are muted.
Sorry, you're muted.
Okay, sorry. I think we should do it again because I was muted, because the time has passed.
You heard my question,
Yes, yes. Yes, correct. So WhatsApp is not social media.
Did LA debate? My next question to you is: did LA debaters advertising the today's meeting was a lie in Instagram?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Did LA debaters advertising the today's meeting was a lie in Instagram?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks to you.
Good evening, all the debate lovers. Can I start my...
Toastmaster Shiba, would you like to start your constructive speech?
Yeah.
You may please.
Yes, today, thanks to my worthy opponents. They made very simple to us. Thank you. They told that social media is not WhatsApp is not a social media. But according to their definition, social media is WhatsApp is a social media. Here, social media has improved human communication. My first point is social media has improved human communication because provides has taken over the traditional methods of shopping, reading news, and additionally education sector. Movements, advertisements, and products are all being broadcasted on social media platforms. Today, business rely on social media to create brand awareness as well as to promote and sell their products. Social media is a crucial section of digital marketing, helping business go beyond demographic and geographic boundaries. Now, it's much easier for the companies to communicate with their staff and customers about their policies, brands, etc. Social media has taken over the business sphere and the advertising sphere. It has had a long-lasting impact on the way people communicate and has now become an integral part of their lives. For instance, WhatsApp has redefined the culture of instant messaging and taken it to a whole new level. Today, you can text anyone across the globe as long as you have an internet connection. This transformation has not only been brought about by WhatsApp, but also Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram. My second point is, online communication has brought information to people and audience that previously could not be reached. It had increased awareness among people about what is happening in other parts of the world. A perfect example of the social media's reach can be seen in the way the story about the Amazon rainforest fire spread. It started with a single post and was soon present on everyone's newsfeed across different social media platforms. It allows organizations to reach customers irrespective of geographical boundaries. The internet has facilitated the resource to humankind that has unfathomable reach and benefits. Everything is just a click away and includes everything from news to groceries. There was a time when online payment just meant online banking services. The dynamics have changed today. Social networking platforms like WhatsApp are incorporating options within the applications that allows you to transfer money to other people with minimal effort. The arguments strongly support that social media has improved human communication because of the ease of access. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shiba Prembak. Now it's time for 30 seconds time for the judges to mark the ballot. I request Toastmaster Rola to prepare the next speaker.
Toastmaster Patricia, are you ready?
Yes, Toastmaster Rola, I'm ready.
Yes. I can't see your camera, but I think the Chief Judge said it's okay if it's a technical problem for you, but please make sure that your mic is always on. And before you start, yes, please pin the timer.
That's okay. The timer is up.
Yes. I wish you the best of luck. Back to you, debate moderator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rola. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Negativity Speaker 2, Toastmaster Patricia Nantesa, to start her cross-examination. Toastmaster Patricia, you may begin your cross-examination.
Yes, greetings to you all, guests and fellow debaters. To my worthy opponent, Toastmaster Shiba, I took note of one aspect you mentioned, that social media has improved human communication, and you brought out education, that you can have education clearly. I would like to ask you just one question. Would you be comfortable for your children to study all through social media?
And now it's during this pandemic, it's a must. How can we go to school? So they are studying.
What happens if the pandemic ends tomorrow? You'll still be comfortable with your children being educated through social media without interacting and communicating with other children?
Yes, of course, they must interact with other children. But at the same time, we can learn from abroad and all through online.
You also mentioned that with groceries, they are brought to your screen. So I would like to ask you, have you gone to a grocery and found a picture looking so fresh and you end up with unfresh vegetables? Just because the picture lied to you and depicted something else?
Toastmaster Shiba, you're there?
Yes, I'm here.
Toastmaster Shiba, you're able to answer the questions? Okay, now the time is up. Toastmaster Patricia, you may begin your constructive speech.
Thank you very much, moderator. Here we're talking about improved human communication. And I must say that social media has negatively impacted on human communication. I will start by saying, without active listening, there is no effective communication. Effective communication is more than just exchanging information. It's about understanding emotions and intentions behind the information. You need to be able to listen to gain the full meaning of what is being said, and it also makes the other person feel understood. I'll give an example. If two presidents of two different countries want to come into an agreement, would they communicate through social media? Or the best they would do is to arrange for a dialogue and have human communication amongst them to have the peace talks. You cannot fully express yourself through social media. I once posted an urgent invitation that was missed and only to be seen after 4 days. And if I'm to communicate with my boss, let's say if I have an issue, I cannot do it through social media. My second point is social media has eliminated the non-verbal communication. And we all know that non-verbal communication constitutes of 60% plus of communication. Usually, we all know that the body language speaks louder than the verbal communication. So with human communication, you are able to see the facial expression, the body movements, the gestures, the eye contacts, the posture, and the tone of your voice. Some scholars argue that online interaction has a negative effect on the quality of communication, and this is so true. I can share a quote from Paul Booth, one of the experts in media communication. He said, social media is just about more communication or communicating more, but human communication builds relationships. We rely on weak connections that we make on social media than the strong connections we might have during human communication. So I have to say that social media has not improved human communication. Over to you, moderator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Patricia. Now 30 seconds time for the judges to mark the ballots. Toastmaster Rola, I would like to request you to prepare our next speaker.
Toastmaster Abir, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
I'm not sure I can. Yes, I saw you now. How are you doing?
Great.
Good. So please make sure that your camera and your mic are all the time open, unmuted, and please pin the timer before you start.
Yeah.
Wishing you the best of luck, dear. Back to you, debate moderator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rola. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome our affirmative speaker 3, Toastmaster Abir. Toastmaster Abir, you may please begin your cross-examination.
Thank you, moderator. Good evening, everyone, and special good evening for Toastmasters and my worthy opponent, Patricia. My question to you, can you see me now? I can see you, but
yes,
right? Can you see my emotions? Can I see that I'm smiling, I'm speaking to you? Do you think I'm lying if I want to say a statement now? Do you think I will be lying now? Patricia, I can't hear you.
You're not lying, but I can ask you the same.
No, here I am asking.
I see your emotion, and I can see you.
I want to ask you another question. Can you communicate now with someone who is far away from you through social media? Yes or no? Can you do that? Can you communicate with someone far away from you physically now?
I can communicate on social media, yes.
Could you communicate the same before social media was available to us? Could you still communicate before with someone far away?
We would still, because social media came, it's just a decade ago. But before we had other forms of communication. But what we are talking about here is human communication.
Thank you.
You asked whether I could see.
You said
with your body language, I'm not able.
Patricia, we're not talking here a decade ago. Anyway, thank you so much. We're talking about the now. Thank you, Patricia. That's all from my side. Moderator, can I start my speech now?
Toastmaster Abir, you may please begin your constructive speech.
Moderator, my worthy opponents. Actually, Patricia said herself that we're not talking about a decade ago, of course, because we're talking about today. That's a big proof that today communication is much more effective than before. Much more effective, as my team stated before, that it has improved human communication because of the ease, because of the speed of communication, and many other factors, especially in education and other things. Now, social media, as you all know, is the beating heart of the 21st century. Social media has improved human communication because it enhanced the way healthcare services are carried out as well. Rather than physically visiting a doctor for your ailments, you can now speak to a virtual doctor who will suggest medications based on your symptoms. And trust me, they will not be lying. Some doctors even consult with patients over Skype calls to better understand their ailments. A study of nursing students was conducted at North Carolina Central University in 2019 about their use of social networking to communicate about nursing education and medical errors. And this study proved that students were enabled to become more secure in communicating with one another and to have a medical educational environment that promotes sharing information and collecting data related to quality care and learning. The researcher found as well, the same study, that analyzing how students support each other during school, they learned about the drug calculation, the examination preparations, etc. And they could lead to ways to reduce errors as students develop communication habits, share knowledge, and pay more attention to tasks. One other aspect why social media actually improved human communication is that it's an important catalyst to education. So it improved communication in this aspect as well, not only in the health. Many schools around the world recognize that social media assists in formal learning and may be a primary means of education in some circumstances. Often it benefits low-income families as well. And also it benefits people who are not confident in their communication skills, as we can now simply communicate with pictures and images. Visual communication also helps maintain daily intimacy between member students, separated by great distances. Another study in Swiss University, Morocco, has proved that social media improved human communication because it could be used as valuable educational tools capable of enriching the learning experience. And this was proved as well. It also has found out that it's an effective way to promote students' engagement as it enables shy, intimidated people to share ideas and to express their opinions in a more comfortable way. And it proved as well that there's a bigger correlation between the usage of social media and the communication with family and friends. In summary, social media has proven to enhance communication in both health and education aspects.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abir.
Thank you.
Now is the time, 30 seconds time for the judges to mark their ballots. I request Toastmaster Rola to prepare the next speaker, please.
Yes. TM Mazharul.
Yes, I'm here.
Good evening for you. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Fine, thank you.
Good, good. Please make sure I can see you very well and you're audible. Just make sure that your camera and mic are unmuted all the time. And please, before you start, kindly pin the timer.
Yes, I pin the timer.
Okay, back to you, debate moderator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rola. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome our third negative speaker, Toastmaster Majrul Haq. Toastmaster Majrul Haq, you may please begin your cross-examination.
My worthy opponent, Abir Nohed, she mentioned about education, medical, and a lot of benefits of social media. Can I ask you one thing? Already we have put the norms before the discussion in our captain. He has put that the definition of Zoom, WhatsApp, it's not a social media, as already we have discussed in the beginning, or we are agree. Do you think this is all social media, WhatsApp and Zoom and all this kind of platforms?
This is the question for me? Because if it's a question, definitely, if you go on Google now and ask, although I didn't speak about this part, it was my teammate. However, I will answer you by saying that if you Google now and ask if WhatsApp is a social media platform, then definitely you will see hundreds of answers that yes, WhatsApp is a social media. Although I haven't discussed this in my speech, so it shouldn't be a scope of your questions.
As you have said about the appointments on social media, do you know the crimes in social media? Because I'm an IT guy, I know how much crimes happening on social media.
Are you saying that crimes are not today with physical people physically?
Because physically you can see the people, but on the net you cannot trace out who is doing what.
So are you saying
somebody
that
somebody logs into your social media account and hacks your identity? You know what is going to happen? Character assassination.
Are you guaranteeing that a person physically not lie to me or not lie to him?
Are you agree that there are some negativities there in the social media, or only positivity are there?
It's only positively in terms of improving human communication, which is our resolution for today. We're talking about improving human communication. Definitely, it's a positive improvement, as we has proven already.
Also, the crime has gone up drastically due to social media, the bullying and...
Studies haven't shown that, and this is a logical fallacy actually, regarding increasing the crime level.
Thanks a lot, my worthy opponent. Yeah.
Toastmaster Majrul Haq, you may please begin your constructive speech.
Sure, sure. Respected moderator and my worthy opponent and Toastmasters, good evening. I will discuss only 2 points. The point number 1 is disconnected communication. Imagine the scenario, parents and children sitting in the living room, but there is silence because all are busy on their smartphones. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? According to the Pew Research Center's 2015, at least 92% of teenagers are active on social media. There is an intense pressure on youngsters to stay connected online. The social pressure and the fear of missing out drive on both kids and parents to check Facebook and other social media throughout the day. The demands of staying connected to the outside world affects what goes on inside the family. The communication within the family has reduced so much that the fallout is increased, isolations and disconnection. There was a time when parents and children sat together and discussed their daily activities over the dinner table. Social media has changed all of this. Parents do not know what their children is thinking because social media has taken the place of the family. I have point number 2, poor grammar affecting communication. The amount of interaction happening on social media has increased phenomenally, and not all of it is in good taste or in original language. Grammar has gone out of the window with abbreviated versions of stock phrases. For example, BRB, be right back, TTYL, talk to you later. These kind of phrases are common in our day-to-day life. We are not against the kind of convenience language, but it is appalling to see the increasing poor quality of language found in youngsters today. The effort of the past century of writing in good language, leaving behind a legacy, is going to be nullified by generation of app or software dependent youngsters who will not know how to present their thoughts independently in reasonable good language. Dear members of the audience, please remember the book that were written before and with all we enjoyed. This is the legacy of our forefathers. We do not need a generation of writers in the future, but it is important that they should read, write, and speak a good language. Otherwise, hundreds of years from now, there will be nothing remarkable by way of legacy left behind by today's social media generation. All that goes for families and relation as well. Over to the moderator. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Toastmaster Majrul Haq. Now it is time, 30 seconds time for the judges to mark the ballot. Now I request Toastmaster Rola to prepare the next speaker for the class examination.
Hello, Arij again.
Hello? Yes. Can you hear me?
Are you ready, dear? Yes, I can hear you very well.
I'm ready.
Okay. Please, again, don't forget, please, to stay unmuted with the camera on and pin the timer before you start.
Okay.
Best of luck. Back to you, debate moderator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rola. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome again the captain of affirmative team, Toastmaster Arij Jafar. Toastmaster Arij, may please begin your class examination.
Thank you so much. And again, welcome everyone. And my worthy opponent, Toastmasters Majrul. You have mentioned that the family members sitting in the house, each person holding their phones, right? What is stopping them from communicating? Is it their phones or their personal choice? Can you please answer?
When we reach home, what do you expect? The interaction, physical interaction.
No, please answer the question. Is it their choice or it's because of the social media accounts? Okay, thank you so much. So Can you prove to me if the family can, could you prove the family has improved their communication without using those social media?
I don't think so. It's a disconnection because people are all busy in our gadgets. How much we have to talk to the family? How much time we need to discuss? If you're the
But
youngsters
still, you
always
cannot prove it.
the
That if
youngsters
we don't
always
have these social media, our life will be improved or our communication will be improved, right?
no, it's not improved because the way we are discussing with each other is all abbreviation. There's no grammar, no language, no gestures.
Okay, don't you think that people still without their phone can sit together at the table and not speak to each others? It happens, right?
Yeah, but how you are expecting to discuss with on the social media one another? They're sitting
No,
next to
let's
each
say
other.
their phone is not there. Let's say their phone in the bags and they are sitting at the table just like this. Do you think that this can be done? Can happen?
No, you are physically present. Means you are physically present. You can discuss with your near and dear ones. When you're on the phone, you're fit.
Time up.
It's a personal choice anyway.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arish. Now is the time for the summaries by the captains. And also is the time for the usage of breakout rooms by the both teams. Host team, would you please confirm the breakout rooms are ready for both teams?
We'll go to the breakout room.
Oh yes, our host team will prepare breakout rooms for both the teams, and our timer, chief judge, as well as host moderator will accompany you to the breakout rooms. And the breakout room starts when the host confirms that all the team members are in the breakout rooms.
The team is successfully moved to the breakout room.
The timers
Thank you,
have to
Toastmaster
go.
Anwar. Toastmaster Murli, would you please start the timing? 2 minutes for the breakout rooms.
Hello, Suresh. Hello, Suresh.
Two minutes up.
Thank you, Toastmaster Murli. Toastmaster Anwar, would you please confirm all the team members are in the main room?
All the members are back in the main room.
Thank you so much. Toastmaster Rolla, would you please prepare our next speaker?
Arij?
Yes.
You're ready, dear, to give your summary?
Yes, dear.
Yes, welcome again. Please don't forget before you start to pin the timer.
Okay. 2.5, 3 minutes.
Yeah. We are all hearing you. Back to you, debate moderator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rolla. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome again the captain of affirmative team, Toastmaster Arij Jafar. Toastmaster Arij, you may please begin your summary speech.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you can all see that our worthy opponent, from the beginning, they were not agreeing that WhatsApp is a social media platform. Although if you go and search for it, you will 100% find that it is a social media platform. And they denied all the points that we have mentioned in our arguments and only stick to a very small corner from our arguments. We as affirmative team has proved to all of you that social media is helping us to connect with each other and reach to each other just by click of a button. It gives us ease of access to different online services, doing shopping and payments online. The companies are able to communicate better with their employees about their policies and brands and extra. Social media has increased awareness among people and improved human communication because it enhanced the way healthcare services are controlled out by having virtual consulting with your doctor. Social media increased awareness among people about what's happening in other parts of the world and has brought information to people that previously could not be reached. In the education and learning fields, it found out that the social media are an effective way to promote students to share ideas and to express their opinions in more comfortable way. So today, if you are able to globally connect, attend meetings, hear voices of people, or learn of new events, it is through the power of the social media. So ladies and gentlemen, I don't have to convince you to use WhatsApp or other social media platforms to connect your loved one with your loved ones, because I am 100% sure that we all are using WhatsApps and all social media accounts. For that, we strongly believe and we have proven that social media has improved human communication. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arij. Now 30 seconds time for the judges to mark the ballots. Toastmaster Rolla, would you please prepare our next speaker?
Yes. Toastmaster Captain Eno, how are you again?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Are you ready to give your summary as well?
Yes.
Yes, we are all ears. Kindly please make sure that your cameras and your camera and mic are on, and pin the timer before you start, please.
Perfect.
Best of luck. Back to you, debate moderator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rolla. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome again the captain of the negative team, Toastmaster Eno. Toastmaster Eno, you may please begin your summary speech.
I just need to share my screen, please. and then you can start the timing. I am ready. Dear debaters and my worthy opponents, what we witnessed tonight was two debates. The first debate was on the benefits of social media in general. And I agree, the affirmative team made a good point of it. They said that social media made us reachable. Agree. It connects us with each other. Totally agree. It helping the businesses on the digital communication. Agree. Everything is a click away. You can order things online. Transferring money with WhatsApp. Transfer information more easier. It enhanced the healthcare's doctor consultation. It's an education tool to share the knowledge. Awareness, what is helping on the parts of the world. Well, we totally agree with what we say, what they said, because these all are social media benefits. But I don't see anything here about human communication. The motion today, it's clearly defined. Social media, how it is helping human communication. What you are seeing here, it's social media benefits in general, which has nothing to do with human communication. So if the motion was social media benefits, the affirmative team did a great job tonight. But the motion was how social media has improved human communication. And my team and I put forward 4 arguments in backing it up with data. What is effective communication and how social media is not helping this? The second thing is the importance of the non-verbal communication, which is a big thing because when we speak through the social media platforms, we cannot see the verbal communication. The third one, how social media is disconnecting communication, which is a valid point as well, because we are seeing that many people, instead of communicating with each other, they are distracted. And the fourth point, how the programmer is affecting communication. People are using slang terms and are shortening the words. So to conclude, the motion was social media has or has not improved human communication. And our team gave 4 points to prove that. Instead, the affirmative team talked about the social media benefits, which is not part of this debate motion. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Eno. Now 30 seconds time for the judges to mark the ballots.
Time up.
Thank you. Now with this, the debate between elite Spartans and elite gladiators come to an end. I would like to congratulate both the teams for completing this debate successfully. And we're happy that both the teams adhered to the rules. Thank you so much. I hope debaters, our guests, everybody enjoyed the debate session. They had best of the time. Thank you once again. With this, I would like to declare that the debate is completed, and I would like to hand over the floor to our Master of Ceremony, Toastmaster Suhan.
Thank you so much. Debate moderator. Can you all
Hello, Suhan. Can you try to reconnect, please?
okay.
Hello, everyone. I'm sorry our Master of Ceremony, Suhan, is facing some internet issues. As per agenda, we had scheduled a break, but since we have moved ahead, I would inform that we will be canceling the break and we will be going ahead with one of the next most awaited event for today's evening, which is what is DJ doing at Elite Debaters? A lot of you are waiting to hear from the DJ, and the DJ is not other than Deepak Justin. Deepak Justin is a 3 times GTM. He's a 3 times TEDx speaker. He's an entrepreneur, District 92 champion 3 times, a filmmaker, WCBS semi-finalist, first runner-up 2018, and WPC semi-finalist, second runner-up in 2016. And please put your hands together to help me welcome the DJ Deepak Justin to Elite Debaters to get the keynote speak. Over to you, DJ.
This is your DJ on the house to entertain you on a Saturday evening. So are you ready, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, before all of you get carried away and think we're going to have a party tonight, I just want to tell you that DJ is my name.